Hello, amazing souls. Welcome to the Soul Vibe Insights Podcast, a show to demystify the soul, intuition, and the Akashic Records. We know a thing or two about the ups and downs of being on a spiritual growth plan and how to find the higher perspective, even when it seems like there isn't one. I'm your host, Matty Hollingsworth.
And I'm your host, Emily Pearl. We've been professional intuitives and energy healers for over 20 years now. We believe each of us are on a unique path of growth and learning, and our intuition is meant to be our guide. The problem is, most of us have never learned how to use it. That's where we come in, helping you discover how your intuition works and the lessons your soul has chosen to learn in this life is what we're all about.
All right, y'all, let's jump right into today's show. Hey there, amazing souls, and welcome to today's show. Today, Emily and I are going to be talking to you about your soul vibe.
Soul vibe! Welcome. Threw that in on you.
I like it, babe. So we're going to drop a quick life update on you. I'm actually going to go back to my not childhood home, but my junior high through high school home of Dublin, Georgia, and visit my family. Going to go see my mom and pops. Dad's unfortunately been in the hospital for a little while and has been doing physical therapy and rehab, and he gets out on the day I fly in. So I'm going to go with my mom and go pick up pops and be there for his transition back to home. So
Yeah, and you just found that out today, didn't you?
Yeah, when I was texting with my mom
Cool.
that it was going to be the same exact day. So I'll be there for the transition home. So I'm kind of excited that I won't be doing my visits with him in the hospital. Yeah.
That's perfect.
So any good thoughts you want to send to Pops? His name's Virgil. Just send him through those airways with those beautiful big hearts of yours. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, thank you. And I did want to give one other update. The newsletter, Soul Vibe Oracle, is almost ready to be sent. I am hoping to get the first one out in the next week or so. I've had to figure out a couple things like how it all works, but I feel really good about the content. I'm super excited about it. And if you're on our mailing list, then it will automatically be sent to you. And if you are not on our mailing list, then I'll get it up on the website to where you'll be able to subscribe to the newsletter on our website, soulvibeinsights.com.
Yeah, get on the mailing list. Let's have some fun together.
Yeah,
All right.
Indeed. So let's jump into it.
Right on. So if you've ever wondered what your soul vibe is, or perhaps what we mean when we talk about soul vibe, this is the podcast episode for you. We're about to drop a bunch of knowledge your way. We named our business after it, after all. We are Soul Vibe Insights. We feel like we've got a few things to share about it.
Yeah, I'm excited about this podcast.
We'll get into the energetic makeup of your soul vibe. We're going to talk about how the body, your chakras, your personal energy field, or your aura, your higher self, and your soul vibe all correlate. And then we're going to dive into the 4 components of your soul vibe according to the Akashic Records. These are the same 4 components that we look up when we do Akashic Records Soul Journey readings for you. All right, babe, let's jump right in then.
Let's do. So, what is soul vibe? Your soul vibe is the foundation of who you are on an energetic level. This describes who you are, whether you are incarnated here on Earth, whether you are in spirit in between lifetimes, or if you're incarnated on another planet. This is, at the very core, who you are throughout all your many incarnations. So this is your soul's vibration or your soul vibe.
Yeah, this is the foundation you bring with you into every human life, or in spirit, or another planet. This is your vibration at the most foundational level.
Yeah, so this is the foundation that you started off with, and then each of your incarnations, you add experience essentially to this foundation of who you are. I mean, as we all know, not all the experiences are such great experiences. We have good experiences, we have what we think of as bad experiences, we have crazy experiences, chaotic. I mean, we have it all.
Loving,
That's true.
sexy. We have those too. There's a lot of good stuff that gets rolled up in it. But all of these experiences help shape you. They help grow you as a human and as a soul. This affects your soul vibe. This affects the foundation of who you are when you're leading your life. And there's no right or wrong. There just is. There's just experiences and you get to grow from it. And it changes who you are. And that's a freaking super cool When you start to think about the grand cosmic scene of everything happening and how small one human life is, but it doesn't feel small when we're here and we're living it. But in the grand scheme of the totality of your soul vibe, it isn't everything, but yet we have all this power to shape the everything that we are. I just find that really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's jump into the kind of your energetic makeup of your soul vibe. There are so many different systems at play when you're incarnated on Earth. You've got, obviously, the body that our soul is in. It's our vehicle while we're here. Our lovely body. Thank you, bodies. We appreciate you. We love you so much. There's a lot of energetic processes that work around the clock, keeping us all alive. And these work through our bioelectricity. So we are some powerful mofos.
For sure. And if you are someone who doesn't love your body, then think about it in another way. Think about it in how much you've been through with your body, how much it's carried you through so much. And it's been there for you and it's supported you. I mean, it helps you walk. It helps you make yourself food. It helps you love another.
Your body continues to breathe for us. It regulates your heart, so your heart pumps blood and it keeps us alive. And we don't even have to think about these things. Body just does that.
Yes, and your body is amazing. So make sure you give your body some love. Or give yourself a nice body hug.
Yeah, just blow yourself a kiss next time you're in the mirror. A little, thanks, body. Appreciate you.
Looking fine.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the second aspect that we wanted to talk about as far as the energetic makeup of your soul vibe, and that is your chakras. So your chakras are spinning vortices that come out of the front and the back of your body, meeting in the center of your body where the vertical power column is located. So think about this vertical power column. It runs through the center of your body and it is about an inch wide. These chakras, these spinning vortices, they connect into this vertical power column. So you have the front vortex of each chakra is the energy that emanates out into the world and they spin outward. So the vortex in front of your body, of all 9 of your chakras, it goes outward. The wider part of the vortex goes out. This is the energy that you are putting out into the world. And then the back vortex of each chakra is the energy we take in from the world and others. And they spin inward toward the body. So the back chakras are coming towards the body. The front chakras are going out. And then the smallest part of these vortices connect into the power column in the center of your body.
Yeah, they kind of like plug in, if you will.
Exactly. So the vertical power column, it literally powers your chakras and it allows information to flow to and from them. So as you can see, if you think about it in this way, imbalances can result if there's a blockage in this vortex, or perhaps you are giving out more energy than you are taking in, or you are taking way more energy in than you're giving out. There are many other reasons that we won't go into this podcast that can result into imbalances in your chakras, but it is just a really interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, we could do a whole podcast on that topic alone.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard that there are 7 main chakras, but that is becoming a more outdated model of the chakra system. And so we are kind of moving into a newer model, and it is based on 9 chakras, main chakras. We have tons of different little chakras all over the body that are taking in and putting out information at all times. But we're moving into this 9 chakra system where we also have a soul star chakra, which is above the crown chakra, and then the earth star chakra, which is below the root chakra.
I just want to jump in and say the soul star chakra is basically where your higher self, your soul energy comes and it becomes an individuated, unique aspect that will be in your human life. That is the point right there. that this energy diverges and becomes this unique expression that is you, if you will. And then the Earth Star chakra, your root chakra, goes down into the earth, and this is your actual like magnetic connection to the earth. So this brings your chakra system, yourself, as the in-between, above and below, heaven and earth, if you will. This connects you with spirit and with earth, roots you here, your energetic system. So that kind of completes that line between the as above, so below. You are in the middle, living it out.
Yeah, and so the last thing we wanted to say about the chakras is that each of the different chakras have their own frequencies that are emitted into the universe. And so while we all have all of these frequencies within our energetic makeup, we also choose to train in and master at least one of these realms or frequencies. And so basically, when you do become a master of holding this frequency, you are essentially helping to keep the energetic template of Earth into place, or really the universe, the energetic template of the universe in place.
Yeah, that way, while you're here, and there's 8 billion of us on Earth, we all come with at least one mastery in these vibrations. So with harmonic convergence, we root this energy into the earth through all of our soul vibrations, all of our beings, being a master, vibrating this one, at least energy here. It really helps to root it in. And then if we're not on earth and we're in other places, like Emily says, we're rooting this in, grounding it into the universe wherever we are as one part of the whole. So it's really important. This is something that your soul does in spirit, this training that you get to bring here with your soul vibration, with that foundation of who you are. So thank you for doing this. We appreciate it. And
Yes.
we'll get a little more into that pretty soon here too. So let's talk about your aura. Everybody's physical body is encapsulated by their personal energy field or their auric field or your aura. This is an energetic multi-layered egg. It transmits a vast amount of energy and physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual information. So if you've ever heard of anybody talking about your mental body or emotional body or spiritual body, these are all contained within your auric field. Your aura is made up of different layers, all which resonate to the corresponding frequency of their chakras. Everyone's aura differs as far as its reach. Some people say that the aura can reach out 6 feet, some 18 to 20 feet. This just kind of depends where you're at, where your energy's at, what's going on as to how your aura expands or contracts.
Yeah, and it's changing at all times.
So think about this. Let's say you're just walking down the street. Do you think you ever perfectly stay 6 or 18 or 20 feet away from everybody? No, so all of our auras, we're just all rubbing up and bumping into each other, and all this energy is getting transmitted and signals are happening. It's pretty wild. Your energy field is what helps your body process all of the energy you are giving out and receiving at all times. This includes the processing of another's energy systems when they are in the vicinity of yours as well, like I was just talking about, which is pretty much all the time, unless we really can carve away some personal space and privacy for ourselves. Because we have all of this energy bumping into others and theirs bumping into you, it is easy to see why so many people have the ability to absorb the energy or emotions of others. This is empaths, and they're not just emotional empaths. Sometimes it's physical empaths, spiritual empaths, because all this different energy is there. So depending on your empathic gift, you may pick up a certain energy when you are in the proximity of somebody's aura more readily so than another type of energy. Basically, at the very least, we are all affected by the energy of others, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. Think about a time when you walked into a room and you could tell the people in it were just arguing about something, but the argument's over. But you walk in and,
It's dense.
oh, it's dense. You could
Feel the fog.
you could cut it with a knife, that thickness, that density. Like you can feel that there was some anger just going down in here. Many people refer to not liking someone's or some place's vibe, whether they believe in this or not. You ever heard somebody just say, I don't like the vibes here?
Yeah, I don't want to go to that place. I just don't like the vibe.
We're talking about the energy. We're talking about the vibe of things that an area, that somebody, that a place just gives off. And places do, depending on how many people are there with all their energies, kind of building into this one vibe of that nightclub, that restaurant, that park, that whatever it is. You ever felt somebody, like felt someone focused on you? And you're just like, what? And you turn around and you see them staring at you? Well, how did you know that was going on? That's because your auras were rubbing up, and so you were getting the energetic signals that somebody was focused on you without any sort of physical clues. You didn't see it, you didn't hear it, you just knew it. It was just a feeling. How about those moments when you knew someone was into you without being told? You just got that vibe or those feels, and of course it turns out that there was an attraction happening. This is how we vibe with each other. It's all this is going on in our auras. So we don't necessarily have to tell or signal in a physical way because our energy is just giving it off. And that's just a few examples of how like our aura is helping to process and share our energy and process other people's energy and what's coming in. Pretty wild stuff. Thanks, Aura.
And just to be clear, it is all interconnected with our chakras as well. So all that information that you're processing through your aura, it's also being filtered and processed through your chakras as well. I mean, everything that we're talking about here, I mean, we're categorizing it into separate things, but it's not really separate. I mean, it's all interconnected. It is all working together.
It's all a part of the whole.
Exactly.
Absolutely, babe. Yeah.
Yeah. All a part of the whole. In this case, we're calling it the soul vibe. So the next part we wanted to talk about is the higher self. So your higher self and your soul could be used interchangeably. They are essentially two parts of the whole or a part of the same. Your higher self is the part of your soul that remains in spirit while you incarnate. And your higher self bridges the communication between your human energy field and the rest of your soul vibe's essence that exists still in spirit. So it is through your higher self that your chakras, your aura, like send information to your soul, to your higher self, this part of your soul in spirit. You can also receive communication back from your higher self based on the higher perspective of your entire essence, your entire being, your entire incarnations.
Yeah, the totality of
who you are.
Absolutely. And we've talked in the past that intuition is one of the main ways that your soul communicates with you. So it's coming through the higher self, this guidance.
Yes, and so this line of communication happens through what is called the Hara line. So you've got the vertical power current that we talked about earlier that your chakras are plugged into that transmit energy, through your body up to spirit. And then we've got the Hara line, which is even, if you want to think about even like a higher frequency. So this communication happens at an even higher frequency, and it is connected to the spirit realm or to this part of your higher self at all times. So your higher self allows you to tap into all the wisdom of your many incarnations, your lessons, your energy blocks, and so forth. When we are given permission to access someone's Akashic records via when they purchase a Soul Journey Akashic reading and fill out the new client form, we never access until the new client form is filled out because we take that as the energetic signature, if you will. You are also giving your higher self permission to allow us to find that information in the Akashic records. So the Akashic records, I know we've talked about it many times before, so we won't go into it here, but the Akashic records is the energetic library or database in which all information, past, present, potential future, is stored.
Yeah, it's a spiritual Google for your soul record. What does all this have to do with your soul vibe? Your soul vibe is the inception point for all of your incarnations, as well as the point by which all of the energy from the end of an incarnation or a lifetime is reabsorbed. So you bring this part of your soul that's been growing and learning and having all these experiences, and then you bring it back into the totality of all that you are. So all that you are now has all of these experiences. It is the essence of you at the most wholesome level of yourself. We've learned through the Akashic records and our soul research that before each incarnation, we choose how much of our soul's energy we want to bring with us this time around. In this way, you'll never bring 100% of your soul into a given lifetime.
Yeah, way too powerful.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Way too much energy.
Most
Well,
souls,
not too much, just a lot of energy. Very powerful.
we found that most souls, because we're coming to duality, and that the potential for negative and positive experiences and living here, and we're looking for that balance point in between them. That's part of our growth, is to figure out who we are through all these experiences and find our own balance point. Most souls bring about 50% of their soul energy into their human lifetime. The reason...
Can I just make one point
Yeah,
really fast?
absolutely.
So if you've ever met somebody who just seems to have way lower energy, then there is a chance that they have chosen to bring less than 50% of their soul's energy. And that could be a reason why they have chronic fatigue or just seem so low energy compared to, everyone else that you know. I'm not saying that is the reason. I'm just saying that is a possibility of a reason. So it's just kind of an interesting thing to think about when you're thinking about your soul's energy and how much you're bringing into a lifetime.
So the reason we choose how much we bring, it's twofold. One, there's always some remaining in spirit, in service to all beings within creation. Because we don't want to put all of our experiential knowledge and the growth we're going through, we don't want to put all those eggs in one basket and come here as a human with all of it. So we're continuing to grow, and we're also in service in spirit to all of creation at the same time.
So if you didn't think you were a magical, amazing freaking being, then think about that. You are in service to spirit at all times, and you are an incredibly magical being.
While you're here going through everything you're going through, you're also doing that.
Yeah.
Go you.
Go all of us.
Yeah, right. Go all of us.
We need a self-high five here.
The second reason is you always have some soul energy that is not conditioned by your human lifetime and retains the higher perspective of the entirety of who you are. This is the aspect that the higher self is bridging between your soul still in spirit and your soul essence that's here, your human energy field. So you've got that, like I said, your higher self is interchangeable with your soul, but we're trying to break down some of the parts to help you understand how it works. So your higher self is the part of your soul bridging between what is pure and unconditioned, in spirit, in service, and what is here, pure, but conditioned by the human lifetime that you're in, that may have limiting beliefs or have dealt with traumas or whatever it is that's going on in your life. This way, you still have aspects that have that higher perspective, that have the awareness of everything that you can get guidance from.
Your higher self is your divinity, the part of you that is the perfected source energy.
Also, with your soul vibe, this is where your purpose here on earth resides. We are magnetically attracting the situation into our lives that we can benefit from and the people who can benefit from us. This is the law of attraction. This is justified karma, or your life lessons built into your vibration. So we're magnetically attracting and putting out what others need and attracting what we need.
And when we say benefit, we do not mean that it's always what we would perceive as something good. When something is beneficial, sometimes it presents itself as a challenge. And so our challenges can be beneficial. And so we are attracting these situations, these challenges, these qualities that we need to work on. These qualities, these people that we need to attract in order to learn something from.
It's the benefit of the experience. You get the benefit of experiencing them, and they get the benefit of experiencing you.
Indeed.
All right, y'all. So we're going to move on to the 4 components of your soul vibe according to the Akashic Records. And these are the things that we research within our Soul Journey Akashic Record readings. Every soul taps into these 4 things. It's pretty cool. I mean, this is the foundational energy of you, of who you are. A lot of this happens when you're in a light body and spirit.
Yeah, and each of these sections give you a deeper layer and a deeper perspective on why you are here now. So the first topic that we research is called the energetic realm of training. So as we spoke about earlier, when we were talking about the chakras, everyone chooses to become a master in a certain frequency here on Earth. So your energetic realm of training represents your magnetic repertoire. That is the main vibration you bring into your lifetimes. So there are 9 energy realms for this type of training, and each realm is associated with one of the 9 main chakras in your human energy field. And I will say, even in the last 5 years that we have been working in the Akashic Records, this way of thinking about the chakras and the energy realm has changed. Like when we first started, we were still in the 7 energy realm, the 7 chakras way of thinking. And in the last 5 years, we have changed to the 9 energy realm way of thinking. And I mean, this isn't just us. This isn't just me and Matty. We have ties with a really large group of soul researchers through one of our mentors. We still keep in touch, and she updates throughout her entire community any new information that comes about. And so the new information that she releases to us has been researched for many years before it's even released out into the public. So it's really interesting that this way of thinking has changed within the last 5 years.
I remember the first time we found a client with the Soul Star chakra, because at this point we're checking on the 7 realms of training, the 7 chakras. And then we always make sure, hey, is there any other information we need? Have we got everything? And in this case, it was, no, we don't have everything. And then channeled a little information, found out about the Soul Star chakra. And then within the month, we heard from Anna talking about, hey, I've been testing this information. It's been resonating really well with, my clients. I think we should go ahead and put this out to large. I want to share it with all of y'all too. And it was just like the Soul Star chakra. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really cool. Okay, so back to the energetic realm of training. So every soul spends time training in at least one energetic realm of training. They learn to embody and align their energy with this particular divine energy of that realm. So the majority of our clients that we have researched had one energetic realm of training, but we definitely have seen people with 2. And I feel like the majority of the people that have had 2 energetic realms of training it also correlates with them having a higher number of earthly lifetimes as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're talking 150 or more earthly lifetimes. It seems like you just about know they're going to have 2 realms of training.
Yeah.
Or they've mastered one and then now they're working on mastering another.
And when you are mastering these vibrations, it's not like you give up one to take on the other. You are literally expanding your energetic vibration to be able to hold these 2 vibrations into place. So that's essentially what we're doing when people talk about expansion. You're essentially making room in your energetic makeup to be able to take on more frequencies or more challenges or more.
Yeah, you have expanded what you're capable of receiving and giving and doing.
Totally. Thank you for summing that up for me. So the unique characteristics, qualities, vibratory frequencies, and energetic output associated with your chosen realm of training is a big part of your core strengths and your personality. And so we have found with the Soul Journey Akashic Record readings that a fundamental part of who you are, and this has been true for us as well. I mean, when I found out my energetic realm of training, it blew my freaking mind.
Me too.
So a fundamental part of you is the expression of your energetic realm of training. Shall we move on to the second aspect?
I just wanted to say that A lot of people think about soul purpose as this one thing they're supposed to accomplish or do, but your soul purpose is a lot of things. And it's about expressing who you are. So when Emily says expressing your energetic realm of training is a fundamental piece of you, this is part of your purpose, is to vibrate these energies out here. And just to give a couple quick examples, if you've mastered the heart chakra realm, you're naturally just going to be super loving. You're going to have that mothering like energy, whether you're in a male body or a woman's body right now, or whatever you define your body as. You're just going to kind of vibrate that. If you've trained in the third eye chakra, you're going to be highly intuitive, very sensitive to energies. You're going to be able to pick up on things very well because you've mastered that training. Truth is going to be very important to you because the words we share aren't always the truth. So you're going to be able to feel underneath that a little bit more. If you've trained, let's say, in the solar plexus chakra, justice is going to be super important to you. This is personal power and justice, as well as your balance point that you're looking for in life. These things will be very important to you. This will come out in your personality. This will come out in your internal workings. So that's just a few examples of how this could maybe play out in your personality, if you will. So let's move on to your soul group of origin. This is another major component of your soul vibe that we have found in the Akashic records. Your soul group of origin is your soul's origination or inception point in the universe. Our soul research in the Akashic records has revealed that here on Earth, about 75% of the incarnated souls are Earth souls, meaning their origination, their inception point has been Earth. This is their original home in the universe and remains their home. This means their formative and subsequent lifetimes have been spent on Earth. Most of the time, these souls have never traveled to other solar systems or planets. There are exceptions to this, of course, based on what your soul deems like most important for you to learn or experience. The other 25% of souls originated and spent their formative incarnations in another star system or possibly a couple of star systems before having their first lifetime on Earth. These souls are routinely called starseed souls or star travelers, if you've heard those terms before. Many qualities of your soul's personality can be traced back to your soul group of origin.
So many.
Your soul's unique makeup of inherent strengths, natural traits, and qualities is present for you each and every lifetime that you choose. Just like a child learns how to navigate its surroundings, your formative incarnations help you learn how to navigate your surroundings too. However, depending on your specific vantage point, the baseline of your perception differs. Knowing your soul group of origin helps to establish that baseline, where your vibration originated. What has formatively helped found that vibration is kind of the baseline for your soul's personality and who you are. For example, if you first incarnated on a planet that was more utopian in nature, the dense energies of Earth may be a little harder for you to accept because your innate soul feeling is that you should feel happy and at peace all of the time. Along the same note, that could be the very reason you chose to incarnate on Earth in the first place, in order to learn what it is like to not feel happy and at peace all the time, because there's duality in Earth. So we get all the things. Life's messy here. And if you come from that utopian place, it's not that way. So now you're getting a different experience. This is going to fundamentally change you, and you get to grow from this as a soul. Why would you want to learn that? It is through the contrast you find more appreciation for what is, and through this contrast, your soul becomes more well-rounded. If you feel happy and peaceful all the time, chances are you begin to take it for granted because that is all you know. But if you give yourself the chance to feel unhappy, then you have more appreciation for the times you do feel happy. It's experiencing that contrast. It's experiencing all these things. All this potentiality, then this duality. It can be tough at times, but it can be pretty amazing. But it's definitely incredible experience for learning. The unique human personality for each of your lifetimes is derived by how your formative human years or upbringing leaves its impression upon your soul's innate personality. So your family is helping to shape your unique human personality with that baseline, that foundation of your soul vibe of who you are all the time. And so every time you choose a different family setup, to have these different experiences in this different environment and to be shaped differently so you become more well-rounded and more well-rounded with each lifetime.
Whoop, whoop. So moving on, the third aspect that we look at when we are checking into your Akashic records and looking at your soul's journey is your soul trainings. And these soul trainings typically happen between your incarnations. So when you're in spirit, and as we talked about earlier, like when you're incarnated, you're a part of your soul is still working on these trainings in service to spirit while you're here. So your soul trainings are the passion projects and in-depth hobbies that you have that allow you to be in service to Source when you're not in a body. These skills you develop and master in between lifetimes while in service to Source. They can be utilized during your incarnations as well. In fact, a lot of times when people learn about their soul trainings, some of the soul trainings are things like, oh, that's why I'm a natural counselor.
Oh, that's why I can hold such a non-judgmental space and I'm good at mediation because I'm a keeper of neutrality. Life review counselor was the one Emily was talking about. That's what we call it, at least.
Well, but the rishis too, they have very wise counsel type information as well.
Yeah, rishi souls help you plan your incarnation and to kind of counsel you on all the, there's 8 billion humans here. So when you're trying to figure out where's the best place to go and what's the best family for the goals you have for learning in this lifetime, these rishi souls specialize in that kind of counsel. You're right. They're really good counselors too.
But they would also be good at organizing as well and planning and seeing things from the higher perspective. So it's like another layer to being a counselor. But I feel like the one that blows people's minds the most is where people find out that they actually help souls when they cross over. And typically these are the people that while they're here incarnated, they typically are able to communicate with earthbound spirits.
Oh, not just communicate. They usually straight up see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This training is called the Third Order. And typically when we pass this information along to people that are in the Third Order, they're like, oh my God, how do you even know that about me? It pretty much resonates deeply. All of the soul trainings resonate deeply, but like I was saying, these are skills that you master in between lifetimes and you still utilize them while you're in a physical body. That explains a lot of different just innate strengths and gifts that you have here that you have never trained for at all. And it's just the things that come naturally easy to you.
Yeah, and it possibly could explain why you just had to go into psychology and counseling because this was such a natural, innate part of the foundation of who you are that it had to be expressed in this lifetime.
Yeah.
Or it could be something that you've never trained before, like Emily was saying, but you're just naturally good at this. You just naturally can do because you're naturally a part of the foundation of who you are, but you may not have needed to express it in your professional career per se.
Exactly. So the soul trainings can often align with esoteric topics that we find we are comfortable with, as well as areas of personal interest or personal or professional expertise already within our lives. So like we were saying, these can be things that, like, you see earthbound spirits. So yeah, that makes sense, but that's usually when people are speaking with spirits, that's something they kind of keep on the hush-hush, it seems.
Well, how many times have the client told us, yeah, I don't tell anybody that because I did try to talk about it and people couldn't see what I could see and they couldn't communicate with this and I didn't understand what was going on and they just kind of thought I was out there.
Yeah.
I was, a bit crazy or too weird for them, so I've just learned to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Now, but then we can validate this for them and give them a way to be like, oh my God, that's where it comes from. It's a part of my strength. It's a gift of mine. I can choose to see it as such a gift and maybe not a burden anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's a part of who I am.
Yeah. And we've had people that are just like, nope, I don't want that. Nope, I'm going to shut it down. We're like, but it is a natural part of you. So there is some sort of reason you chose this.
And that's okay too. It's all experience. It's all learning.
Yeah, and you can choose to deny it as well.
Absolutely.
That is totally within your power and your realm.
Right. So the last thing that kind of makes up your soul vibe as far as on the energetic level that doesn't have to do with your human lifetime, it's a part of what's with you when you're here as part of your foundation, is your divine support. The presence of divine supporting energy, it has more relativity to your life in the way that connects your highest good with the highest good of all. Many times, divine energy is something that is needed at this time in your life, and that's why the presence of this energy is with you. Could be a challenge you're about to go through or something you're trying to master, so you've got this support with you. Divine energy could still be with you from a certain tradition or a religion you had in the past. There could be a certain ascended master or, an archangel that's in your energy field because you were so devout to that religion or spirituality or whatever it was. And that's why that energy has just kind of always been with you. Sometimes you've called upon their energy and you work with their energy, and it's a validation of their presence of you're working with them. When we do our energy clearings, we call in Archangel Michael a lot. We work with a lot of different divine beings and divine energy. So if anybody looked up in my soul record or checked in and saw Archangel Michael there, it wouldn't surprise me at all. As much as we work with that divine energy, it makes total sense. Other times, a past life spent in devotion to this divine being is acknowledged by a deeper bond of their energy being with you always. It touches a little bit on maybe it came from your religion, but this is more when people were followers of, say, Buddha or Lao Tzu. That's one that I have in my energy field. So something that I could have never pointed to until I understood my own soul record and Akashic reading is things like the Tao, the way, was more about the golden rules, how we treat each other. And if we just kind of have this go with the flow and treat each other with respect and integrity, we're all going to get along a lot better. This kind of way of being had always been important to me, and this made sense to me now because this energy was present with me. That pretty much covers what your soul vibe is. And I know we jumped off the deep end and dropped a bunch of information and knowledge on you. And a lot of this comes from our personal experience and, our client work and the research we do. But we felt it was really important to give you an opportunity to just kind of break down the parts of your soul vibe, of the foundation of who you are, no matter where you are. This was really cool for me to experience in the sharing with y'all. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks so much. This has been a lot of fun to talk about.
We'll catch you next week. Take care.
Bye.